Good morning, everyone. It's Kiera from KieraJones.com, and I wanted to come on really quick this morning. I wanted to first of all just say good morning and say that I love you. And I wanted to share this message. I already put out a post. It's literally the post right under this video. I will copy and paste that post into the comments of this video too. It's 10 different things that were just on my heart to share as I think about. At first it was me thinking about just black women, and I am a black woman. Obviously I work with a ton of black women. I would say maybe like 80% of my clients are women of color. And oftentimes one of the conversations that we're having around up-leveling their visibility and their value, around pricing, around their packages, around just showing up right fully, is often this idea that we have to hide. But then I started thinking deeper about all my clients, and I started thinking about how we are sometimes thought of as the black sheep of our family. We're different, and we've been that way since we were little girls, right? And I've always been different in my family and felt different, and sometimes felt like, do I belong? Like, I know they love me, but do I belong? I talk a little different, I think a little different, I move a little different, and there was always something wrong with that. And so I see that as I look at my clients, hundreds of women that I've worked with, thousands of women in my community in different capacities. And I really just sat and just held space yesterday and thought about how much of an overachiever we are, how much of, I don't want to call it black sheep anymore. We are the shine sheeps, okay? We are the ones in our family who we're creating something different than we may have experienced, than we may have been shown. Whether our family actually made money, had money, but you actually want to experience money in a different way. Or if your family, like my story is, money wasn't abundant in our home. And so whatever end of the spectrum you are in, you want to create something different. You want to experience a different type of life. And I just wanted to share this message with you that you get to have it. That's it. You get to have it. You get to fucking create it. And you get to experience it. And you get to experience it without guilt. You get to experience it without shame. There is something that happens when you intentionally make the decision that I am creating a life that I love. My grandparents, my parents, my cousin, my auntie, my best friend, they don't have to sign up for it. They don't have to agree with it. They don't have to understand it. It's not for them. It's not their life. They have the power and the control to take their life to whatever levels they want to or not. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if you want to stay where you are, and there's nothing wrong if I want to grow. There's nothing wrong either way, as long as I'm honoring my truth and as long as you're honoring your truth. That's all that matters. And so too many times we are trying to take on other people's emotions, how it's going to make them feel. What are they going to think? And so for a lot of my women, they think that maybe I have this fear, a fear of failing. But actually, is it a fear of failing, or actually are you just afraid to actually succeed? Are you afraid to actually be seen bolder, more powerfully? Are you afraid to actually be in a space that you enjoy being financially? Are you afraid to actually be seen on the bigger stages? Are you afraid to actually see your book on the shelves and people reading your story and knowing your story and knowing some things that maybe you were afraid to tell them? Are you afraid of your auntie actually popping in your Facebook Live and you shutting down like, oh God, wait, my auntie's here, my cousin's here. What are they going to think about what I'm saying? They're going to think it's so weird and it's so different, blah, 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 right? Are you actually afraid of where you can be and where you can go? So it's actually not a fear of failure, because what I know with every bone in my body is I've been succeeding since the moment I entered this earth. You've been succeeding since the moment you entered this planet. I know that. I don't care if it was second grade, if it was third grade, if it was fifth grade, if it was 10th grade, if it was college, if it was in your career, wherever it was, you've already actually been this woman who's been succeeding. So that is not new to you. But the difference is now you're ready to give yourself permission. And you've been on this journey giving yourself permission to create what you want, to create your business the way you want it. Maybe you've been in business and you've kind of been doing things according to the rules, what they said you should be doing. right? Maybe you, like a couple of my clients, actually, they do a lot of stuff offline, and coming online, it feels different for them. I actually was coaching with a client yesterday on this, right? So it's actually, man, everything that I actually want, what is it going to feel like when you have it? What are other people that you know going to think? And what are other people that you don't even know going to think? Are you going to be able to handle it? Are you going to be able to manage the money? Are you going to be able to make sure you take care of your taxes? Is your man still going to love you? Are you still going to be the great mom you want to be and wife you want to be, or just sister, person, friend you want to be? Are you still going to be able to do all the things that you want? Is it going to put you on this pedestal that you're like, oh my God, like everyone knows me now, and I have to like stay to this standard, right? It's all the things we associate with what success is going to bring. But what is so beautiful for me this month, it's aligned August. So inside Monetize Your Shine, which is my inner circle, it is my heart. It is where I serve powerful women to shining more powerfully and more profitably in their business, but doing it in a way that feels right for them and feels true and feel aligned. There are mindset shifts that are happening on a daily basis, and that is transforming into these shifts that happen in people's wallets and visibility and sales and clients and all the things. I had some of the women share some wins. We have had women, there's like almost a handful of women who've had their biggest sales month during the past couple months, their biggest quarters, right? In the middle of people thinking, save your money, right? No. Clients are still investing in them, in their high ticket offers, and actually all different offers, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, because the reality is all business models work. So what I really love about the circle is that we want to build the business model that is true for you, right? You come in with a business model. Even if you have one offer, we're going to assess it and we're going to understand where you're leaving money on the table with it, right? Where do we need to restructure I literally worked with a woman who's been in business for I think a year or two, and we were literally restructuring her entire business, right? She has a full clients and everything already, but she's in a space of like, okay, I know I want to make money this way though. So now we like are rebuilding one of her signature programs, and so excited about it, like just realigning it to her and how she really wants to grow, right? But then there's some women who, they are creating their first or second program, right? But the beauty is that this month, what we're focusing on, Align August, it's about aligning your business to you. And for you, it's going to be important that you give yourself permission to do that. You give yourself permission to realign your business model to how you want it, to realign your message to what you really want to be saying, to what you really want to be teaching, to what you really want to be known for. Redefining success for you. Everything that you're associating with, if you're having that fear of success, everything you're associating actually isn't yours. It's actually not yours. It's what you've seen and what you think is going to be associated with yours. But you don't understand that you actually get to redefine yours. Right? So success for me might look different from, not even might, it looks different from success from someone else. Success for one of my clients looks like them buying a new home and furnishing it and actually having a designer come in and do it for them, and them, having their business set up in one way, right? But then someone else, it's like, listen, like I love living in an apartment, but I want to live in a bomb ass apartment. I want to live in the penthouse. I want to live on the top floor. I want to experience this. Or for someone else, they could be like a super minimalist and, they're not into like the material things. They care about like, I just want to like go, I care about experiences. Like we could go on, but what is crazy is what we think has to be associated with success. And we don't understand that is you applying rules and things you've been taught. So a powerful question for you is, what have you been taught about success? What have you been shown about success? What are the ways that you could be fighting your next level of success? And that doesn't take away from any of the success you've already had in your business and your life, within your personal life. That doesn't take away from that. But this next level of where you want to go, right? Some people know it as upper limits. Some people know it as up-leveling blocks, up-leveling mindset blocks. the point is, if there's another space that you want to go into and you find yourself wanting it, like mentally, but like there is something that's fighting you from it, it's a part of it. And so yesterday I was working on some things because we're going to be releasing these next week. And on, like, literally, and like I said, I wrote down, hey, Dorothy Inez. Valicia says that's awesome. Yeah, and wow. Yeah, thank you. But I was working on some things yesterday for everything we're going to be releasing starting next week. And like, there's my alignment assessment, and then going through like the permission to align different mindset things that we go through. And I was so moved. I was moved as I was creating it. I was like, oh my gosh, like sometimes you know your work is powerful for sure, right? No doubt about that. But you have moments where you like, it's not remembering, it's just like you have a moment where you're like, oh, like where it's like like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, like, yes, like I'm so excited for this. I am so excited. So we're going to be we are opening up a couple of spaces into my Inner Circle Mastermind. If you are a woman who you value, you're a practical woman, but you massively value stepping into that inner power. And so you value a balance. For me, I value a balance of mindset and strategy. And that's my coaching style. That's the style of our circle. It is a transformational space. You must be an implementer to come into this space. There are shifts and transformations and expanding that's going to go on within you personally. And that is what you're going to allow yourself to tap into, to take action. And that action is fast, it's massive, it's expansive, it's explosive, it is transformational, it is impactful, and it is profitable. Okay, so if you are in a space where you are ready to really show up on a next level, more powerfully, more profitably, I want to invite you to private message me. You can apply for our circle. It is a sacred space. It is a space that we co-create together, and it is for you if you are committed to up leveling, and not only in your wallet and your money. Don't come in here if you only want to up level in your wallet and your money. That is a side effect of our work. Come in here because you want to expand as a leader, because you want to expand how you show up, because you want to amplify your voice, because you want to amplify your value, because you're tired of giving your expertise away for anything less than you know that you deserve, because you're wanting to charge more because you know your shit is fucking powerful as hell, because you're ready to be so unapologetic and so undeniable about your gifts and your expertise, and you're ready to show up for it. That's why you come in, because you're ready for aligned clients, because you're ready to have joy and balance and fulfillment in your business while you still make fucking bank. That is the only reason you come into this space. Yes, you and I can have a private intensive if all you want to do is go through your profit plan and go through what your offers are and your pricing and your messaging that's going to help you sign 4- and 5-figure clients like my clients do. You can have an intensive with me. We can do it in a couple of hours and we get it done. But the circle is if you want to do all that, but you want to add on this transformational experience and how you see, think, and feel about yourself, about your expertise, and about the value that you deliver. So I want to remind you, if you are that overachiever, if you are we used to call it black sheep, now it's the shine sheep, right, of your family. If you are creating a different life than you may have experienced, and you are unapologetic about it, and you want to step into being even more unapologetic because you know there's still more for you to create. You've done an amazing job up until now. I celebrate you for that. I am proud of you for that. And I want you to know that you get to give yourself permission to now take it up. You get to have as much as you want. There's no limit. The illusion is the limit, right? And the illusion is that you're not already in that space. So in this moment, you get to step into the space. If this is how you want to be supported, I would love and be honored to support you. I'm going to put the 10 things that I share with women. If you are an overachiever, if you are the black sheep, right, we're turning that into the shine sheep. And if you are in a space where you're just wanting to create more, I'm going to put the 10 things that I already had posted. I'm going to put them in the comments of this video so that you can see them and it's quick for you. And again, if you want to chat and see how if you are vibing with what I'm saying and you're resonating, and you are ready to create this next level of your business. There's this next level of structure that you want as you continue to scale, right? So it's us being able to amplify and really deepen your framework, your messaging, your monetization map, which is your business model and pricing and all that, your offers, and really amplify your visibility and sales plan. Right. So it is a visibility and sales sprint. And those are some things that we do to help you with that. You come in, we can explain that. We can talk about that more. But then there's also this transformational space that you're going through and how you see your expertise. Because I'm going to tell you this. You can't tell a woman who is unapologetic and so crystal clear about what she does, her framework, how she helps her people, and who she helps. And then you package that into your offer. You can't tell that woman nothing. She doesn't need anything else but that to sell. So if you are wanting to step into this next level, unapologetic sales mindset where you can market yourself unapologetically, you don't have to question yourself. You don't have to doubt yourself. Everything that we do is literally for that one thing, so that you show up and shine more powerfully and profitably in your genius, aka sell your shit without continuing to question it. Stop being inconsistent. Stop doing it for a week and then hiding and then coming back and then hiding. One day you're selling this, one day you're selling that. You don't have any core offers. You don't have or you keep changing it, or like you're really confident in one day and then you're not as confident. Like, you cannot create the bigger, you already are making money and all these kind of things, but you can't create the bigger consistency that you want from that space. And the next level of impact you're meant to make, whether it's podcasts, media, YouTube, shows that you want to have, bigger stages, bigger programs, bigger launches, like all those things that you are wanting, right? The next level of the impact you want to make, it requires you to be so sure. You cannot be going into this back and forth with the structure of your framework, the structure of your offers, the structure of your pricing, what you really do, what your message is, who you work with. You cannot fully shine in that space, because you're always going to come back to a space of doubt. Right. And I want to call you to this space of trust. I want to help you. We're going to strategically, there's two different levels inside the circle. There's a VIP level if you want like hands-on one-on-one support. And then in our circle level, you have like a ton of like office hours, and we have group calls, and there's trainings and things like that. So there's two different levels of support based off how you want to be supported. Right. But you still are going to get to this space where you understand, how do I crystal clear, no shadow of a doubt in my body, with every bone, with every part of my expression, be able to literally magnetically call in who I want to work with, because I'm so clear in my framework, because I'm so clear in what I do, because I'm so clear in who I help and how I help them, because I'm so clear in the offer, right? So it's a sales visibility mindset transforming space. So if you would love to be a part of the circle, I would invite you to private message me. I'd love to have you apply. It is such a beautiful space. And I didn't even finish some of the wins that we already have from this month. So we have women who've launched podcasts. We've had a couple of women who've had their biggest months ever. We've had a couple of women who've had their biggest quarters ever in the midst of the pandemic. Because when you understand that external shit doesn't have to impact my shit, you will be golden in life. It will actually protect you in so much more than your business. When you literally understand external stuff does not affect my internal stuff unless I allow it to. Okay. So that's why they've been able to have their biggest months, their biggest quarters. That's why they've been able to sign their biggest clients, multiple handfuls of clients. We had one of our clients just celebrate her first pay in full, right? Which it got us to talking about like pay in full energy versus like payment plan energy. And like, how does it feel for you to just get a pay in full client? Like, just give me all the money. Yep. Pay in full. Bam, there you go. We have had women who have had so many internal clarity shifts, right? Shifting things in their business, shifting offers, finally putting out their automated courses, creating live group programs and boot camps, which is so beautiful to me, because in our world right now, our women and some of my clients support men too. Like, our clients need these communities and these spaces, and so I love seeing them launching those and having those be booked out, bringing in handfuls of amazing people that they love to support. We have women who have been featured in magazines, and someone this month had a couple interviews. Like, this is the type of things that is going on. That's beautiful. Women who are like they're feeling more confident when it comes to selling, right? And I was actually coaching, I think this was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but I was coaching someone in the circle through like their sales calls. And sometimes you're always looking for a sales script. And what I instead love to do is help you create more of your sales messaging. And it's more like a customized sales script, but I hate to say script because the idea is that there's this one script that I need to follow and how I make calls and stuff. And for me, I teach you the sales process, like the high impact sales process of how you can literally just create magnetic energy in your sales calls, and your clients can feel it and you can feel it, and you know if it's right and for both of you or not a fit or whatever. And then, you know, we're creating your sales messaging that you can use for your offer, that's built for your offer. No one else could use it. So it just changes how you feel about sales. It changes how you approach your sales calls, how you approach your sales conversations, how you approach when you're positioning your offer on a Facebook Live or in a webinar or in emails or in posts or whatever. Like, the beauty of this space, we do so much on sales messaging, you know, brand marketing and sales messaging and content and your visibility and things like that. Whether you're using it for video, you're using it in written, or you're doing it in both. Like, the beauty is that all of this, literally, you insert it into whatever tools you want to use for your business. So the way that I love to do Facebook Lives, I have clients who do not like to do Facebook Lives and who've actually had like $5,000 months without doing Facebook Lives or videos, and literally they just post or they just email. So it's like you have your own way, but you're literally taking these are being put into the tools. And that's what people don't understand. Like, you're sitting there and you're making these minor, like, okay, so are we doing email? Are we doing ads? Are we doing like videos? Are we doing YouTube? Are we doing this? There's a million different fucking ways you can do it. And that's why you're driving yourself crazy trying to find that way, when it's like, what's your one or two ways? But this, the messaging, the brand marketing and sales messaging that you need, the high impact content, the high impact messaging, the high impact sales messaging, you take those things, your energy, your mindset, and those get infused into whatever freaking tool you want. So it's really, for me, it's about calling you to a more simpler space, right? And what I really love is for the women who've had like a couple of their biggest months, we're literally sitting down, and I'm in a part of what we're doing this month with Aligned August, right? So Realign to Shine is being able to go through certain things. And I have like a what do you call it? Assess and amplify process that we have. But basically it's like going through and understanding, okay, how do I take these things that I used already and repurpose them? Pure gold. When you start having that mindset, pure freaking gold. Like, I have stuff where I know I've made like 5 figures from it, like $10,000, $11,000 from it. And like 2017, use it again, make it, you know, make more. In 2018, make more in the next year. Like, when it's like coming back to a space where, for me, you can have simplicity. For me, you can have joy. For me, I don't have to feel like I am almost like gonna burn out again, because I've been in that space where I'm like gonna burn out in my business, and I never want to get there again. And it's like understanding the signs of when that's happening, understanding the signs, but then also giving yourself permission to realign whatever you need to in your business, right? And so there are, I think, 10 different categories that we take you through, from business to life and in between, through the Realign to Shine process. And so I'm really, really excited that we're going to be releasing this next week. So for our circle members in the mastermind. So if this is vibing with you, if you are wanting to be a part of this space, I would love to invite you. Private message me. All right. So I'm going to put the 10 things that I posted, just some things to help with mindset, but then also I'm going to drop in, I'll just drop in my link where you can private message me if you have questions. All right, so I'm gonna go because I'm supposed to be packing right now. Very excited. I'm going to the beach for the first time. Well, I shouldn't say that. We've been to the lake, which I love. We actually have a lake that I really, really, really love, actually. But I haven't been to the ocean. And if you don't, like, water is my happy place. I'm so excited. So Mike has been sleeping in. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go outside and do a Facebook Live, and just share whatever is on my heart. And it's just so beautiful when you get to the place in your work where you don't sit and overthink the structure and the format and all of the things that you think that you need to sit and you need to worry about. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I can sit on a Facebook Live and I know that I can call in some money and it's easy. And, you know, people ask me all the time, like, how do you do it? And I call you back to, one, you have to be in a space of alignment. It doesn't work. It doesn't work if you're not aligned to what you're selling. And not that you don't believe in what you're saying. That's not what you're selling is not what I'm saying. But you need to not only believe in what you're selling, but how you're selling it, what you're speaking, who you're working with. Like, there's just this place of knowing. And that is where I'm determined to guide my women to throughout. You know, we've already had women who are experiencing this, but like now we're going to go through it together for the new members. So I want to invite you, and this is a great time for you to come in to really step into a space of just pure alignment and knowing and trust in your business. And when you operate from that space, you don't sit and say, well, what content do I put out? Like mediocre questions, like, what do I talk about? What am I selling today? Like, oh, what are the other things I hear when women first come into the circles? I mean, those are the big things. Like, there's just not a trust and a knowing. And I remember operating my business from that space and always trying to figure it out and always trying to figure it out. Like, what's going on? Like, what do I do? Like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, when you let things be simple, anytime I let things be simple, bam, money simply comes in. Anytime I let things be complicated, money complicatedly tries to find its way in. And sometimes it may not find its way in, right? So it's like, I can't say enough. Coming to the space of simple is beautiful. And the biggest thing that my clients struggle with is like, okay, simple, but like, how do I let it just be simple, Kara? How do I let it be simple? How do I let it? Like, how do I stop trying to control it? How do I stop trying to always figure it out? How do I let it just be? How do I let myself just trust? How do I let myself, most importantly, know that even that one simple thing is enough? And that is what I'm so honored that we're going to be working on this month. So private message me if you're interested. If you're like, I want to know more about the circle, I want to jump in, I want to chat with you a little bit. We can chat back and forth. Excuse me. And most importantly, I mean, just honor whatever you're feeling in your heart. Because something in you has you here watching this, has you here feeling this, something here. And trust that. Move on it. Your next level of impact is not because you're going to sit and you're going to go try to figure this out and figure that out and wait and decide something else and go about something else. No, it doesn't happen. Some of my most successful clients are the ones who literally are like, I'm doing this. I make a decision and they go for it. Because when you come into the circle, I'm going to call you to that. Right? Like I called one of my clients, a couple clients, Alicia, Lisa, Stephanie, like literally just being in a space like your description of the video was like, oh, she calling me. Yes. Hey, beautiful. So excited that you're here. And private message me too. I'm getting ready to hop off, but private message me if you want to, join us inside of the circle. If you are interested in applying to the space. But what was I saying? I was saying that my clients most successful, like literally it's like Lisa can get on a call with me for an hour and a half. And, we are realigning things and switching things and moving things in her messaging and her program. But most importantly, like she is having this energy of like, she's like, oh my God. And this is happening for a lot of clients, like clarity of like, oh my God, I see it. I see the thing. I feel it. Oh my God. Yes. And literally that momentum transforms into money. That momentum transforms into an hour later, bam, I've booked a client. Less than 24 hours later, bam, I booked 2 clients into this high ticket program, into this VIP program. Bam, I've actually booked out 3, 4, like this is where that momentum comes from. And if you've heard it before and you're still hearing it and you're not feeling it, that means that you need to keep hearing this message. So I'm honored that I can be here to remind you again. But now I don't want to just remind you. Now I want to invite you into a space. You can hear this information all you want. I want to bring you into a space where we're going to you're going to start to experience a transformation of it, but where we implement it. That's where I want to call you to. And that's where I know you want to be. Allow yourself to be supported in this way. Any questions or anything like that, private message me. I love you all so much for being here. Thanks for being here live with me in the morning. And I'm sending y'all so much love. I hope you have an incredible weekend. I know it's Thursday, but if your weekend starts today, have a great weekend. Have a great week if it continues. And it's not the weekend for you, but I'm sending you so much love. And make sure that you tag a biz bestie. Tag a woman who you know is an entrepreneur woman who needs to hear this message, tag her. Don't keep this to yourself. And share it, tag him, and private message me if you're wanting to be in our space and co-create our space with us. Until next time, love, shine, and success. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody. Bye, Shakisha, and Sonia, and Marlene, and Dorothy Inez, and Justine, and Valicia. I hope I said it right. Conrad, and Sheila, and everyone else who had a chance to join us this morning and on the replay. I love you so much. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.